question. Because we had an intense discussion in history and I'm recording it. So from that I'm comparing because now a lot of place where viññanā has been taught. So I want your confirmation. Number one, when we talk about viññanā is a magician, that discussion, right? So that viññanā, which is magician, it is sixth sense viññanā. That's what. So the projector is projecting using sanya, all that is that viññanā, not witness. And catching the viññanā is catching that. Now, yeah, that was my actually big relief when you said yes. So the second is not that much important. Wait just a minute. And that we had a discussion on Sanya Sanni, right? Long discussion, 3. So that in this context, who is Sanni?
See, when you look at viññanā, consciousness, it itself has all. If you look at Mahavedala Sutta, there is a question asked. Can you remove this? Can you divide it? This is Vedana, this is Sanya, this is viññanā. And he says no, samsattha, visattha.
Which viññanā? Sixth sense.
Sixth sense viññanā.
Okay. That is understood.
See, the problem, solve this problem, I'll tell you how Buddha solves this ever existing problem that whether Atma exists, Atma doesn't exist, Atma exists as well as it doesn't exist. Or Jiva exists and Jiva doesn't exist and Jiva exists and also doesn't exist. Or Jiva is one thing, Sharira, body is one thing, like that. Right? These are the questions which come to anyone, no matter how much it is, because it's very confusing. When we say conscious,
at that time, Atma word was not there. No? Jiva word was used. Atma word came very later.
Yeah, so when we look at non-self, it means anatma. That is a very wrong interpretation, but that is how it is interpreted. So we have to look at both ends and the middle. So when he says to Bahya, example, that you in seeing only seeing, in hearing only hearing, in tasting, touching, and all that, what he's talking about this viññanā, which has been a constant witness everywhere. Okay, and that viññanā has a connection with these 6 viññānas, just like if you call it as a pinhole camera, 6 pinholes being made, and you throw light, it seems as though there are individual lights which hit, come back, hit and come back.
So in that sense, we can't even discriminate between witness with viññanā and sixth sense viññanā.
Exactly. So for practical purposes, to come out of our delusion, first we have to see the 6th sense viññanā and understand.
Yeah. For the purpose of discussion, we are discriminating with this viññanā and that viññanā.
Yes. Once we understand that, we can't go back and ask the question, is it the same viññanā or is it different viññanā? Now that becomes a muddled up question, and hence Buddha doesn't answer it in an affirmative. Because if you say it is the same viññanā, he has one problem. If you say it's not the same viññanā, there's another problem. Is it part of this and part of that is another problem. So what Buddha did is that either way it is dukkha. You take this way is also dukkha and that way is also dukkha. But the liberation from dukkha is whatever you call as consciousness shouldn't get a footing. Whatever you think that is, whether it is 6 viññānas or 1 viññāna or all the viññāna, whatever it is. So what he did cleverly is to first make the mind, that is the chitta, let go of the 6 sense viññānas. Okay, then it's easy to what we can say, accomplish the task. Okay. Now when it is not going out, it means it is inwardly peaceful. Etan santan, etan panitan. Yadidam neva sanya na sanya ayatana. Why? because it comes and stops there. It exists, but there's no extinguishment. There's one last step is required for extinguishment, that is anicca sanya. That development of anicca sanya will help in giving up that as well, which is not there in Vedanta. So Vedanta way is they come to this viññāna and stop. As long as this viññāna is there, rebirth is going to be there.
That's why you said anicca should be last, but we started with anicca in practice.
That
It should be the last practice.
That should be last practice, not the first practice. If you try practicing it anicca, anicca, anicca and all that, it is not going to help because we have not even understood anatta. Forget about anicca.
Yeah.
So the best thing, and that's the reason Buddha starts not even from anatta. He first starts about dukkha.
Yeah.
Look at the dukkha.
Subha, dukkha, and all those things.
Yes. So first you start with dukkha. You see, are you seeing dukkha or sukha? See, today I was talking to Matt and Aryu. We were talking about the Agnya Chakra and having intuitive knowledge and this and that. I was telling, either which way to develop it, isn't it a dukkha? Are you able to see the dukkha? So that means you have to take a dukkha in the first place. Having bought, you have to take the dukkha. Even to gain the knowledge, you have to take the dukkha. For that, you have to do sankhara dukkha. You have to keep on preparing something or the other. Worldly preparation is one thing. Aninjabi sankhara is another thing. But still you have to do it. Right?
So when we say viññānasya nirodha, so this viññāna gets cessation completely, right? Forget about six senses.
No. This viññāna. That's the reason he starts with viññānam, anidasanam, anantam, sabbhatva, papam.
Yeah. So I will let me read that. Where is it? Yeah. विज्ञानम अनिदसनम अनंतम सबतो पदम एथे आपो च पृथ्वी तेजो वायो न घातति एथ दिगंच रसंच अनुपथुलम सब्बसु एथे नामंच शुभ अशुभ एथ नामंच रूपम अस्य सम निरुजति सो नाम रूपा इज निरोध हैपन विज्ञानस्य निरोधम एथेम उपरुजति that means nirodh of witnessed viññāna or six viññāna, the last line.
The last line is the nirodha samapatti. If there is no nama rupa, that is parinibbana state, the nama rupa is given up.
Actually, all Buddha's profound sentences are about nirvana only. We should not take it lightly.
Yes. Yeah. So let's understand it in a correct perspective. Viññānam anidasanam anantam sabbhato pabam. The objective of viññāna is to lighten up. So whether it is lighting up Sachin, is lighting up Vilas, it doesn't matter. It's just a viññāna. It lights up. What do you mean by lighting up? Lighting up means that it does exactly the same function as it would have done for anyone.
So if it is lighting up everyone, then how it can be nirodh? I mean, cessation of that. It's like cessation of God.
Nama Rupa is the fuel. If you don't have Nama Rupa, it doesn't come back. That is what we covered in Who Am I? If you ask this question.
A light which is lighting up everybody, it can never cess.
That is what is the Vedanta view. That's what I'm telling you. If you come.
So let's stay with this confusion you mean to say.
Yes.
Okay. Let's at least till here this point accept both it permanent and not permanent rather than affirming it.
Instead of saying permanent, not permanent, what is the right way of saying is neither there is a perception, because perception brings in reality. There is neither a perception, nor you can't say there is nothing to perceive at all. What it means, if you are asking, are you alive? What would be your answer? Yes, I am alive. Are you? Somebody says you are dead. No, I am alive. But are you alive in the worldly sense? No, I am dead. But I am still exist. Got the point? Because of the Nama Rupa, that I am exists.
Okay. So in that sense, both are same, no? Name Sanya Nayatana both have reached.
That is what I'm telling you, my dear friend.
Huh.
What is called Turiya, what is called as 8 jhana, they both are the same. So first you need to experience that. When you experience it, you come to know that you still exist and you know you exist, but you know you can shut it out.
Okay.
Okay, so you'll come to know both of them. Just like you go to sleep, you wake up. In the same way, you go to this sleep and wake up. So you know you can go to that sleep, you can go to this sleep. This sleep is unknowing sleep, whatever we do in the night. This is knowingly you're sleeping to the world. So, like in the Bhagavad Gita, it says in the 8th chapter, when yogi sleeps, the world wakes up, and when the world sleeps, the yogi wakes up. It has a deeper meaning. Yogi sleeping means he doesn't have anything called as a world. So the world is sleeping.
Jagat Mithya.
Yeah. So basically, that is Neva Sanya Na Sanya Ayatana, which is 31st realm. So why Buddha left Uddaka Ramaputta is because that he came to know this will again create rebirth consciousness sometime later. After
How he came to know? Because in that state, Dev Sanya Na Sanya Ayatana. Since says, but Sanya says there's not that. How one can even conclude this? That I will come.
No, that is the reason he is called as Buddha.
Okay. So we cannot reason why he concluded that.
Exactly. There are a lot of people who have asked him this. How did you come to know? He said that is beyond your comprehension.
Oh.
See, this is the same statement Sumedha, who asked the previous Buddha, saying that I need an answer. That I want to be, I need to know how this works. So he said, you should be a Sammasam Buddha. Then he asked this question, will I be a Sammasam Buddha one day? And he said, yes. Okay, so if you want to know this answer, why and how of Neva Sanya Na Sanya Ayatana, then you should work out to become a Sammasam Buddha, not an Arhat. Even though you have an ability to become an Arhat, you are not taking Arhat.
Okay. So the complete knower of Neva Sanya Na Sanya Ayatana is Buddha.
Yes.
Whereas we can swim through the Neva Sanya Na Ayatana, but we don't know that was.
No, we can end the defilement irrespective of whatever it is, and then end the journey, meaning the fire can be drowsed off. But if you want to know how did the fire come in the first place, or how did the smoke come, so there should be fire. Who put the fire? I only put the fire. But why did I put the fire? Because I wanted to exist. Now, why I wanted to exist? If that is the question I want to ask, and then that's the reason he says no. What does he say? Aneka jati sansaran sandhavisan aninbisan. Gahakara gave santo dukkha jati punapuna. Gahakaraka dittosi punadeham na kaha asi. Tabbate pasuka bagha. Like that he says. Why? Because he found out that he himself is creating all of this, which the Buddha at that time had informed Sumedha, why do you want to waste your time in finding out about this? You are ready for becoming an Arhat. He says, no, I need to be a Sambuddha like you. So he had to take eons to get into this. Because you have to develop all the paramis to 100%. In none of our cases, our paramis will be 100%.
It makes sense because there must be some difference between master and disciple.
Exactly.
If Arhat is disciple and he is master, we cannot say that the Sekha is complete, but still there must be some gap between Buddha and
Yeah. Why in the what is that? Mula Paryaya Sutta, MN1, he says
Mhm.
the difference between me and an Arhat, even though all the words looks the same.
Okay. So now another question, that Gaddabba is not Namarupa, right? It is a body.
It is Namarupa.
It is.
Namarupa with the Rupa is already there, right? When you say Namarupa, their Rupa is already being there.
Yeah.
What else is Rupa there?
So Gaddabba, if Gaddabba is Namarupa, then Namarupa destroys and gets recreated when Bhava change, right?
You are totally misunderstood. So there are
Because
four kaya. Hold on. Before you
uh,
get thoroughly muddled up
okay,
or confused. So there
four
are
kaya.
four
Okay.
kaya in the Gandhabba.
Got it.
Okay, what keeps on changing is the Kamaja kaya.
Sorry.
Okay, so based upon the Kamma, this whole thing will come.
Chitta Jakaya never change, you mean to say. Hmm.
So your closing of the account means the Chitta Chakaya will not be there. If the Chitta Chakaya is not there, they can't be Kamma Chakaya, Utu Chakaya, and then
Okay. So Chitta Jakaya is the pure Namarupa.
yes. That is what drives the Nama Rupa. That is not Nama Rupa. That is what drives. It is the powering station
Mhm.
of the Nama Rupa. Let's
Powering
think.
station of Namarupa.
No,
So
let's
it is
take it
not.
this way. Hold on. So there is an equipment. Equipment is completely running perfectly. Now you want to see how is it powering? There are no wires. There's nothing that can show you that how it is powering up. All the time you go near, it powers up. Now you're confused. Is the machine the power, or the power is the machine, or is it both? That is the crux of the situation. If you take a computer world, they put it in such a way that if you the moment you show your face, it powers up.
Hmm.
But you have no idea from where this power is coming. If you see like this, nothing is seen. Now you're wonderstruck. Wow, what a magician. If you move, that also moves. If you stay, it stays. It exactly replicates. Whatever you do, it replicates. Now you want to catch this without wires, without power source, without anything. You can't find out. After much of understanding, this should be dukkha, right? This should be this right, that right, like that. You keep on doing something, and then it first shows up the nama rupa. Right. That means whatever you're calling computer is just a formal name for just a metal object. Now you got it. Oh, shucks. All along, what I was talking is to a metal object, not to a computer. Aha, now I understand. Now I understand. So, behind this, there should be a power source. Now you find that power source. That's a relief. What relief? You can switch it off forever. And that is parinibban. So you
Hmm.
found it is nibban. Now it is nothing anybody can do about it. Why? Because you have pressed abort. There's nothing it can do now because there is no further nama and rupa that can be produced. Meaning, further software, further things are not there. What I mean to say is that there should be some food for this powering source. If there is nothing to show, what it will show? There's nothing. So you first did a shunyata. To do that, what you have to do? It has a nimitta. Like if I do like this, there's a nimitta. I found this. If I don't have a nimitta, what happens? Nothing. It doesn't register anything. So I've cut off the food for the viññanā. Putta mamsa sutta. He talks about viññanā as a fuel itself. Read it again. He's given the example also. Now, if you remove that fuel, then you get into this stage, appanihita. That establishment, that state where you see the computer powering on, itself will not be there. And then an empty screen, shunyata. Because the sixth sense anyway doesn't have any light. This one cannot power on without seeing, without hearing, without tasting. It cannot do it. So you just become a witness to this blank screen. So it's called as a vacant gaze of Arhat. Just vacant. He just talks because he has to talk. He sits because he has to sit. He stands because he has to stand. But he himself has no interest to showcase anything. And then what happens? He comes here. Yatta namancha rupancha asesa. Asesa means residue. Asesa means residueless. There's nothing left over. Asesam uparujjati. He removes it. No residue. When there is no residue, my dear friend, then the ayu ends. The usma is going away. The viññanā will follow. But in this case, the viññanā cannot follow. So it gets extinguished there. That's the meaning. What is ayu here? The battery. What is the usma here? Is the food eaten and energy coming, food eaten, energy coming. So there's a warmth. So when we switch on the computer, there's a warmth, showing that the computer is on. Otherwise, computer is cold. A dead person body is cold. Similarly, the computer is cold. And what it shows, oh, it is off. It's not even in sleep mode. It's off. So you have to power on. Now, when you want to power on, if you have removed the circuit itself, what will it power on? Electricity is there. But for this machine, there's no electricity. Why? There's no further food. But a question can be asked, can I put another computer? For that is new Nama Rupa. There's no new Nama Rupa. So where should it go? It gets extinguished. Then and there. And that is parinibbana.
So the drive, the hard disk is there, but no monitor.
There's nothing there. Forget monitor or this or that. See, you require a power source, you require something. Now let's say you removed all of that equipment. No trace of it. Now you have only the power adapter. That too, that adapter is removed, but only that socket is there. That's it. What will it do? Nothing. It's extinguished.
Thank you. When we say generally 5 aggregates, I was under the impression that it is the whole Akashic record. Aggregate means collection of all the lights, but generally that is my misconception, right? Aggregate, even if it is aggregate, it is single moment experience, right?
Yes. See, when we talk aggregates, in the Nama Rupa, when you say a collection, it also has the 5 aggregates. That's the reason in that Milinda Kansa, he asked all the things. He doesn't leave anything. If you see, he says that, are you Rupa, are you Vedana, are you Sanya, are you Sankhara, are you Viññanā, are you here, are you this, are you that? He talks everything. He says, no. He says that is a whole collection is me. Why? Because when I say Nama Rupa Samudayo, Viññāna Samudayo, Nama Rupa Nirodho, Viññāna Nirodho. So when I'm putting that, it is part of the aggregate only. But here, the Viññāna, what we are talking is not only the sixth Viññāna which is powering up. If you remove the sixth one, the seventh one is the witness. It will remain as long as the Nama Rupa is there. So now what Vipassi did or Buddha did, Buddha Vipassi, did is he started questioning what is the reason, what is the origin, what is the reason, and what is the ending of jati. Then he came to this vortex where he was able to see, aha, Viññāna powers up and the Nama Rupa starts revolving. And if you touch here, Viññāna starts revolving. Just like one is revolving the other, like in circle. So it seemingly they both are interconnected. So now you can't remove it. If you try touching it here, it will open up Viññāna. If you touch Viññāna, it will open up Nama Rupa. So now you can't do anything.
When we say Vipassi, he's seeing. It is not looking at past life. It is not conceptually understanding, but he is seeing this rotation. Right?
Yes. Even
So, what do you mean by seeing it? Is it that I'm seeing my past life and previous life and previous life?
no.
this-
Before you see those past lives and everything,
Ah,
you get this wisdom of Nama and Rupa and Viññāna.
okay.
Like in my case, I have seen that. I have understood. When I understood means I have really understood what is a formal name and a nominal form. Now I can't get fooled. Okay. Now what I should do? I should make the light stay light in the sense real bright light stay. That I am not able to do it. If it stays, then I should be able to move that light to the previous Nama Rupa. Then it lights up that. All the
Yeah.
things it lights up.
Previous Nama Rupa.
Previous
So
Nama.
at one time you confused saying that is one drive but many files. So Nama Rupas are multiple.
So the each key is a drive. So you are now access to that drive, then the previous
Correct.
drive, then the
That
previous
makes more sense. Rather than one drive, many files.
Yeah. So now this drive is storing all that what is required, and that goes to the next drive. Now, whenever the next life starts, it will be a combination of all the drives into this drive. Now, if I want to see the previous life, which is the previous drive, I need to have access. For that, I need to remove this power source and put it there. Then I can see everything. And then I remove that power source and put it here. I'm stuck there.
I'm going to ask this question in Friday, but I will ask you now. Maybe you can. I will ask again if you want.
No, you don't have to ask again there. Let us finish it.
No, if it is related to that topic.
Okay.
See, you know your one past life. Right? What is the link which says that is your past life and not somebody else's past life?
Good question. Actually, a very fantastic question. We'll take it on Friday.
Yeah, that's what I'll ask on Friday.
Excellent. Excellent question. I expected somebody to ask me this. Not take it lying down, saying, he's saying he lost, he's saying, seeing his past life. Actually, Sachin, when you get this experience, you'll get to see how it is connected.
Yeah. If it's like the blind people are looking at the elephant. Once you completely have a bird's eye view of elephant, you won't ask any question.
Yes.
I understand that.
See, now, when I was explaining to him about Brahmopadesha, it just clicked. I was not sleeping, I was not doing anything, it just clicked. And I just started watching like this. Eyes became almost like a dilated. I'm just seeing. And I'm seeing whole thing, all the thing, including how the schooling was, what I was doing, and this and that, and how I know each one of these branches. of Ayurveda and this, that, everything came on that day. I didn't write it down. Actually, if I'd written it down, I would have written down around 21 knowledge, 21,
Yeah. Yeah, 108 knowledge out of that
no,
21.
no, no, 21 knowledges and 94 siddhis.
Siddhis. Huh.
Okay. And in that, I knew, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing this. I was able to see how I'm doing it also. But then I couldn't write down because it was completely like frozen like this. And after that, I could have still done it. I mean, after I was able to come out of it, he went away, but I was still in that. Took me at least 3-4 hours. In that 3-4 hours, I could have written down. It was so fresh in the memory, including how to walk within the walls, okay, how to hear far, near, and then I was able to sit in the sky like that. So many siddhis. Okay. But I couldn't remember after that. Meaning, I couldn't remember the process, nor I couldn't remember. I know how I did it now, but I don't know the process. The magical thing I used to do, that I don't remember now.
And you can't teach, neither you can do. No.
Now I can't. To be honest, I can't do it. Like walking through the wall and also the astral travel, I was able to do it. It's so nice experience that I came to know how I was doing astral travel and why in this life sometimes I'm able to do the astral travel. So I got the answer.
Hmm. Residual or continuation of that.
Yeah, continuation of that.
Something happens automatically.
Yeah, and then the different realm experience and all that, it tallies. And I was so happy. Now I know how I know all of this. Because the amount of knowledge I've gained and then it's coming to use now. It's continued. So it's like if you take it is for 4,400 years. So let's say I was supposed to stay for 80,000 years as per that sutta, Lakkana Sutta. Some of the Lakkana Sutta, correct. If it is as per that, then shouldn't I? 1,400 is nothing.
What, 4,400? You said 1,000 years back. No?
700 and odd
Hmm.
you take.
So what is 4,000?
If you're supposed to stay for 80,000 years as per the
Okay.
sutta,
Hmm.
you have only covered 1,400 years, which is nothing, is what I said. Meaning,
Okay.
the
1,000.
bodies have changed, but there are different nama rupas.
In between, where were you? You can't say, no?
That's a missing link, right? So now, what Buddha says, when you practice it thoroughly, you will be able to do that all the time. At all, yeah, all the time without break, as many number of times as you want. You can go back to your past life, next past life, next past. Not only your past life. If somebody comes to you, you can see his past life. That is awareness. Actual awareness is that as soon as somebody comes, you become aware of his entire history. This awareness of seeing the breath, like I was telling Matt and Ariu, is just like first grade person, first grade school toddler who is learning. I'll check the breath.
Awareness is actually, this was a written down question. Awareness is whose awareness? This
The
is
chitta,
witness viññanā awareness.
viññanā, the chitta is aware of everything. It lights up everything. It's not. That's the reason he says anantam sabbhatopabam. You see this word ananta, endless. Sabbhatopabam. Sabbha means all.
Got it. It is a sky of the knowledge.
Yeah, it has everybody's knowledge, not only your knowledge. It has every damn person's knowledge. And that's the reason it's called as God. Omnipotent, omnipresent, and that's the reason it is called as God. Present all the time, everyone in the same way. And that's the reason in Dhatu Vibhanga Sutta, when he comes to Viññanā, he says what? It's pure and bright. It's like a gold. It shines. He gives such a nice similes. We don't really pick it up. And in that he says, 8 cut diamond. If you really read it, he says 8-cut diamond. Every side it shines.
What is that 8?
A diamond cut on 8 sides. You put it on the light, it shines everywhere.
Yeah, but I thought 8 number has any relation with.
No. Forget any relation. But a cut diamond, if you put it on the sun, it shines.
So when we say chitta, mano, manasam, manindriyam, all that 9 stages is of this witness consciousness, right?
All consciousness has the same. It is viññanā, means without knowledge. You have no knowledge that you can shine like this.
All consciousness means 6 sense also.
But it is limited. That 6 sense consciousness is coming and going and coming and going based upon the input. Whereas this witness consciousness is witnessing that consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
And hence duality.
Mm. Both has same nature of this 9 stage, right?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Done.
And when we say ayatana, generally, akasancha ayatana,
Sense
field,
field.
and this witness consciousness is the stayer.
The
Dweller.
witness consciousness is the witnesser of the 6 sense fields.
Fields. Generally, ayatana means house, then who stays in the house. Now,
No, the chakku stays in one home, the sota stays in another home, the ghana stays in another home. They have their homes. So there is one sutta where he says that the 6 senses are like robbers. It's like a empty village where people come, people go, and something like that.
So chakku is the dweller of chakku ayatana. But when we say akasancha ayatana, there also ayatana word is used.
Yes, akashanchayatana here means that it is only on the senses, no body being there, meaning the no gross feeling being there.
So where there who is dwelling?
There both are there. The witness consciousness is also there. It is there till the end. It is only this year.
Both means what? Witness consciousness and?
6 sense consciousness. They both are there.
Okay, in akasancha ayatana also.
Why that? Even in nevasanya nasanya ayatana.
Oh.
See?
Yeah, got it. Because when we die, it is it is nothingness, but still 6 sense is sensing nothing. Correct?
Yes,
so 6
absolutely.
sense is there.
Yes.
Correct,
If you look at Chula Shunyata Sutta, he says in the end also, Jivita Indriya is there and the 6 senses. This is the stress.
Yeah, got it. It stays forever.
It's like you have a train which is stuck to you. You can't do anything.
Thank you. Okay.
Done. Okay, that question you bring it on Friday.
Yeah.
We'll start with that, and
actually I asked, but you were in the flow, so you lost that question.
On that day, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can bring up that, and you wanted me to talk about what happened when I collapsed and how I came to know and all that.
Yeah,
that is that plus that 95 episode plus this one.
Okay.
All right. Have a very good evening then. This one I will upload it.
Yeah. Okay. For everyone. Okay.
For everyone. Let them enjoy. Bye bye.